G'day guys, so for today's video I have another how-to. So what we will be doing today is I will be showing you how to dye your wheels for your RC car, truck, whatever. So this is something that's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do. You need a few things. Obviously I can't do it here in my workshop because we need to go use the kitchen. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight into my kitchen, and I will show you what you need and show you the process on how to do it. Alright guys, so dyeing wheels is a pretty easy process. Now this doesn't just count for wheels. Really any plastic part can be dyed. Nylon based plastic is the best to do this. Like I said, you can do it with ABS plastic, nylon plastic and that, but nylon is the best, and your wheels are the best, are usually made from nylon based plastic because they are acetone resistant, and that way you can reuse the wheels for different tires. So as you can see here, these wheels and tires are for my RC10T stadium truck that I built not long ago. I couldn't get like two sets of the same color, so I've got a full set of rear wheels in white and full set of front wheels in yellow, and obviously it's just going to look kind of silly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dye the wheels, and I'm going to dye them black, that way they're all one color. Now I'm doing them black because obviously we have white and yellow, and obviously yellow is going to be harder to hide with a different color, say red, and you know, they mix and so forth. And white is kind of like your, I guess you call it a blank canvas, so it's easier to dye in any color, whether it be red, purple, pink, blue, whatever. So obviously, so we need our wheels to dye, and we also need a dye to dye the wheels. So I have here RIT dye. This is probably one of the most common dyes to use. You can get it either in powder form or in liquid form. I prefer to use powder form. That's just how I prefer to do it. I don't have it here, but you will also need some gloves. Now trust me when I say you will want gloves, because it will, because obviously dye it stains the whatever it touches, so you don't want it to stain your fingers. So some rubber gloves, and you will need a pot to dye it in. Now kids, for kids watching, please, for the love of God, don't use your mum's good pots. Otherwise she's going to break a foot off in your backside. Fine, you can go down to like a thrift store and just buy a cheap pot that you can use, because fortunately the dye hasn't stained the pot, but it can stain it. So yeah, don't use the good pots. Use some crusty old pot that you have no use for. So one of the first things we'll need to do is, I'll do this off camera, is you'll need to clean the wheels in some soapy water. Do that, then we'll come back and we will start the process of dyeing the wheels, that is. Alright, so the first step is we need to heat up water. So I have my pot here on the stove, got it on full. And what we need to do is we need to bring the water to a boil. If you are using liquid dye, I'm pretty sure it's the same process, but because I'm using a powdered dye, you need the water hot enough so it will dissolve the dye powder, and you want it to be able to mix well into the water. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this to the boil, and it's best to have the lid on to get to the boil. It'll just help it boil quicker. Then once it's at the boil, we can just take the lid off and the lid won't be necessary. Also, like I said, you'll need gloves. Now these are just some latex gloves here. Also paper towel. You want paper towel so you can dry off the parts, and you want plenty of paper towel so it doesn't seep through and stain your counter. Don't ask me how I know. But yes, you want plenty of paper towel, even maybe just an old mat or something underneath to go under it so it doesn't stain your counter. One of the other things you will also need, it's not really necessary, but this came with the pot. I'll put my wheels in there, and that way I can put them down into the dye, and then once they're ready I can pull them up out of the dye, and saves me having to stick like my fingers or anything like that in there to get them out. So yeah, have something like that ready, or a pair of tongs. Old tongs, don't use the good ones. So have it all ready. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to wait for the water to come to the boil, and we're going to start adding dye. Alright, so our water is at the boil. Now what we need to do is start adding the dye. Now, even though I'm using black, I'll still explain for if you're using different colors. Obviously the more dye you add, the darker the part will be when it comes out. So because in my case I'm going to add a fair bit of black, because I really want it, especially with the yellow wheels that I have, I really want that yellow gone so you can't see it. However, for instance, if you want, say for instance you want blue wheels and you want a light, say a light sky blue, you'll put a little bit of blue in, and enough so when you dye it, it goes from white to a light blue. But if you want a dark blue, you will put more dye in for a darker color. So what we're going to do is I have the dye here. I also have a very old antenna off an old FM radio that I used to use when I was racing. It's obviously I don't use anymore, so I'll use this to stir it, because I won't use my good wooden spoon. So I will very carefully now, I'm trying to do this one-handed and I don't want dye going everywhere. So now what we're going to start doing is slowly adding in the dye, but obviously I'm going to add a fair bit in. Because you don't need to add the whole lot of this rit dye, because this is meant for, I believe it's meant for like a couple of gallons of water, but I think I've got about a gallon there, so I don't need to use the entire amount. So obviously, as you can see here, the water's gone really black. So what we'll do is we'll just stir it, and you'll want to stir it for a little bit to make sure all the powder is dissolved. Which is looking good. I might add a little bit more because the color can, because it's all concentrating in one area, it gives you a false idea of how much powder you have, or how dark it's going to be. So I'll add more. Like I said, I really want it black. And like I was saying too, guys, you'll want to be careful because, as you can see, a little bit of it splashed on me. Fortunately, it's still wet, so I could wipe it off in time. All right. So what we're going to do now is very carefully. Some of it's just come off over the edge there, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the part ready, and we are going to dip it in. All right. So I'm going to do one wheel just for demonstration. Now, with the design of this wheel, it will float about a little bit, so with that old antenna I have, I will use it to push it down into the die. Now, this is the part where you will now need to start wearing gloves. Now, when you also have the die, or have the wheel in, naturally being plastic and heat, it will soften. So when you go to pull it out, don't start manhandling it real hard because it's soft and it's pliable and it will lose its shape. So this is the part where you'll need to be gentle. So now we will carefully put the wheel in. It's going to bubble about a bit, as you can see. So we'll put it in there and we will put it in. So just hold it down and let it bubble up a little bit from time to time, because you want the surface that's touching the bottom there to get the dye on it as well. So even just roll it about a little bit, and you will need to do this for a little, probably for about a minute. But as you can see, it's changing nicely. So we'll hold it under there. And just rotate it around. So you want all the part to get saturated. Because the longer you hold it in, have it in the water, in the dye mixture, the more darker the color will be as well. So it's not just adding more dye, it's holding it there as well, because you want the part to be as saturated as possible in the mix. So as you can see, it's starting to go really dark now. All right. So what we'll do now is we're going to carefully bring it up. Let all the liquid drain from it. Now, like I said, it's the plastic is hot now, and so therefore it is soft. So now you want to be very careful when touching it. So I'm just going to carefully put it to the side here. Of course, there's a bit of dye now there, but not to worry. Okay, very carefully what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down for a second. And I'm going to very carefully take it out and place it on the paper. And that's pretty much it, guys. So like I said, wear gloves, plenty of paper towel. And like I said, guys, that's it. There's not a lot to it. So you'll want to let it not only just dry but cool down as well, because like as I keep saying, the plastic is soft, so you don't want the part to lose its form. So just roll it about a little bit, just get as much dye off as possible. Give it a little tap. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to do the rest off camera, and we'll be back. And there it is, guys. So pretty straightforward. So like I showed you with the one wheel. Now I did show you the rear wheel, one of the rear wheels that was white. Now these are the front wheels here. They came out good. Now for the record, I should point out that, like I said before, with white it's like a blank canvas, so to speak. So you put everything, you can put anything on it and it will come out as is with the dye. However, with the front wheels being yellow, like I said, you'll want to be able to get all that original color hidden. So where I had the rear wheels in for I think it was like maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes maybe. These actually, I put these in for about 8 minutes. So it was a lot of time to soak in the dye, and you can't see any yellow whatsoever. So when you have colors that aren't white and you're doing black, make sure you have as much time as possible. Now, like I said, this isn't just for wheels, you can do other parts well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to quickly pause and get another example, and I'll be back in a second. So as I was saying, it isn't just limited to wheels that you can dye. Majority of your plastic parts that for your cars are nylon based plastics. So here we have a rear wing. This is a TZO brand wing. This one came white, and as you can see, I dyed it purple. I did this a couple of weeks ago. I wanted to do it all with the wings and that at the same time, but that I have to do different colors and so forth. So anyway, as you can see, it's purple. It's not a really dark purple. This is the kind of shade purple I wanted, just to kind of go with the rest of the buggy, and it came out pretty good. So these are a nylon based wing. So yeah, if you got a white rear wing for your buggy, you can dye it as well as you can with your wheels. So what we're going to do now is, with the magic of video editing, I'm going to mount these, get tires mounted, and mount it onto my RC10T. And there you have it, guys. So it's all done, tires are mounted, and as you can see, it would definitely have looked really silly with, you know, yellow wheels at the front, white wheels at the rear. So it looks good. I've got these mounted on whole shot tires, and went on pretty good. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, this little tutorial. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment. I'll do my best to respond to your comments. Till then guys, enjoy your hobby, and cheers.